In a positive kind of way.
Yep, 2 seconds into the game, and they're making ground already. Coach Carrick not happy about it. And everyone yelling at the officials here. Terrence Story makes him pay with first 2 free throws. Assistant coach Jen D'Onofrio calling plays. And Taryn indeed does get the really old-fashioned three-point play. Williams breaking the press, back on the floor here. A little bit of full-court pressure by the Vikings, but no trap. Handoff to Angela Driscoll, who drives. You saw her play a lot in the first half. And Chisholm back on the floor with 3 fouls. Into Hogue. Left-handed finish inside and gets it to go. 6 points for Hogue here in this game. Jalissa Williams playing the top of that 1-3-1 zone, and Kubanek finds a baseline for 3, but it's no good. Loose ball, and Emma Lowry comes up with it. Should have maybe got a reset there. Mo Jarrett looks to drive. Nice little athletic stop, and finds her way around Hogue for 2. The Vikings definitely have to find a way to solve that inside defensive presence of Melanie Hogue. Jalissa Williams coming back down. And dare say Williams has been passing the ball a little bit more today, as we see Laura Belisle take the 3 on the wing. No good. Terrence Story collects in that defensive rebound.
The Vikings certainly know what their jobs is and what their jobs are and what they have to do. Lowry with the follow-up.
Offensive rebounds again, the story of the game here. Emma Lowry collects 1. Kelsey Lung collects the 2nd and gets fouled. This is a little bit more Augustana tempo. Half court, look inside, crash the boards. And the game's tied at 42. Chisholm out, I think that's her 4th, which is not good for Coach Carrick's Broncos. We probably won't see Chisholm again until the 4th quarter. And into the game, Story for Story. Haley's back in. And Warwick back in the game. Lund's got 2 free throws. Tough one there.
London Story take that opportunity lots in terms of inside play to make the shot, even though it looks like a tough shot, but to draw the foul.
Yeah, indeed. I think Lund's had a history of making tough shots this year. Only a second-year player, but a burgeoning ACAC star. Tough pass. Mo Jarrett comes away with the steal. Driscoll locks it out of bounds, and it'll be Augustana ball on the side. Olds looks a little bit out of sorts here. Well, it's a nifty little play to get it into Kubanek. Mo Jarrett once again driving, but dishing to Lund that time. Loses it out of bounds on the baseline. Loose ball scramble. Mackenzie Judd comes away with it. Kubanek with a heads-up play to strip the ball from Williams, but Judd again gets it. Kubanek's got a tough defensive assignment guarding Williams, who takes the majority of the shots for the Broncos. Haley Story switches onto her, and Williams passes it off to Belisle, who shoots the 3, but no good. Warwick rips the ball away. See a lot of bodies on the floor. Ties it up, but Augustana will keep possession. The Augustana fans asking Coach Reg Carrick to maybe remove himself from play there, but he was right. The alternating possession should go to Olds because the Vikings had it at the half there. Good fix by the refs. They're liking to catch those mistakes and fix them. Here we go. Hogue's posting up inside, but Mackenzie Judd takes it. Left-hand finish is no good. Not Tamara Jarrett. Mo Jarrett. I think Mo's sister's name is Tamara. Throws the ball away. Mackenzie comes back with it. Tough right-hand layup.
Again, every turnover is a possible score.
Yeah, it's something in Mo's not.
Transition.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic for Jarrett to turn over the ball, but there we see a couple in a row. Back inside to Purdy. Tough turnaround over Hogue, and she collects that rebound. Emma Lowry right there on Williams. Full court pressure.
7 minutes left in the quarter. The score is 44-42 for Olds.
Little screen roll again with Williams and Hogue, who takes the pull-up. Long, and Jarrett collects the rebound. Let's see what the Vikings can do on this possession, down by 2. High post entry. And Williams gets her hands in everywhere.
That's a tough job inside for Purdy to put the ball on the floor.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with Hogue and the amount of pressure that she's putting on.
Yeah, something they did yesterday was get the ball to the high post, but they never had that second cutter either to the basket or high-low. And Coach Shenton's made that change. So here's Lowry for 2, and she makes the first. And the full court press after the second make from Emma Lowry. Just pressure though, no trap. And into the game, Shea Jose, first-year player from St. Albert. Oh, great
Nice
defense
switch
by the Vikings there. You know what? I think the refs are doing a very good job of keeping this game under wraps. Very consistent. That's the same 3-second call we saw in the first quarter. And I think they're getting a little bit better. They must have chatted at halftime about the amount of contact they're going to allow. And, well, the Olds Broncos have 3 fouls here in the third quarter. I think they've all been warranted. Tough one. Emma Lowry picking up an offensive foul. So out of the game she comes. Back in Amanda Stonehouse. Lots of discussion between coaches and officials tonight. Williams brings it up, settles it in. This is a different offensive look for Olds from yesterday and the day before. A lot more ball movement, and we see the other players with a lot more attack to the basket. Seems to work out. Baseline drive by Angela Driscoll, and Williams slashes to the basket for the hoop and the harm. See if she can get the 3-point play and pull her team up by 3 points.
One of those custom personalized plays for Williams.
Yeah, I think she's got a lot of plays drawn up for her. Coach Carrick wisely pulls Hogue out of the lineup so she doesn't get foul trouble on the offensive rebound, and Williams does convert the 3-point play. Kubanek, Vikings do have to stop picking the ball up so high. It's great defensive pressure by Olds. Williams gets the steal, looks to attack the basket. Has the pull up instead. No bank today. Ball off Hogue out of bounds, and it'll be Augustana ball. Emma Lowry and Mo Jarrett back into the game.
Williams certainly takes that pull-up opportunity often.
Yeah. She's got a little bit of a tell, though. If she looks down at the floor as she dribbles, she's going to make that pull-up. If she looks up, she's going all the way to the basket. Now, if only I could defend that, but it's certainly not the case. There we go, little ball reversal. Mo Jarrett looks to drive. Lund picks up the loose ball. As you can tell from the crowd reaction, that shot was good. There's Williams again, little pick roll. There's the pull-up. Looks down at the ground, pull-up shot. Long rebound, corralled by number 6, Brittany Blake. Getting a little bit more playing time today, now with Chisholm in foul trouble. Mackenzie Judd. Coach Carrick's not really happy about that decision by Judd, but no one else on the floor is moving for her, so Williams gets her hands in there again. A little bit of a fumble. Mo Jarrett stuck in the corner, finds Lund in the post. Tough shot over Hogue, and 6 comes away with it.
4:26 left in the quarter. 47-46 for Olds. This is a tight game.
You know, as you'd expect a gold medal game to be, I've seen a lot of ACAC finals. had the privilege of playing a couple and coaching a couple. I've never seen a blowout, except for last year. I should take that back, where McEwen blew out Mount Royal, but that's definitely the exception rather than the rule. Into the high post here. And there's the cut on the offside. Emma Lowry. That's absolutely what the Vikings have to do, is get the ball into the high post and then look to cut to the basket. It's worked almost every time they've done it. Williams back with the ball, little handoff to Angela Driscoll. Back to Blake, and then back to Williams again with the pull-up, and no good. But she gets a loose ball rebound.
Comes back to her.
Yeah, of course it does. No, she's not shooting well this half. She scored, but her percentage is far under the 50% she's been shooting for the tournament. There's Driscoll with the ball. Unadvised pass into Judd. Loose ball on the floor. 7 seconds left, and Lowry takes a dive for it. Oh, it shouldn't be a reset, but Driscoll corrals that long rebound from Williams, who threw up the long distance three, and makes it count. 3-point lead for the Broncos. Ooh, there we are. Man, it's tough down there.
She was under there undefended.
Yeah, Chantel Hyo takes advantage of the rare open shot and misses it. She's probably not used to not seeing Hogue down there. Williams directing traffic. Emma Lowry is still on her, and again the pick roll, the pull up, and again the long shot. You can imagine all the defensive pressure Williams has been seeing this weekend is maybe getting to her. Almost wholesale subs here, and Carrick does the same thing. He brings in 13 Chisholm for Hogue.
Hogue's tired. This is a tough job.
Chisholm with 3 fouls here. Let's see if the Vikings can take advantage of that and attack her on defense. Loose ball. Kubanek picks it up. Looks to attack Williams. Great finish by Carrie Kubanek there. Judd, a little bit of a travel there as she toes to the basket. And Kubanek with a great steal. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of a double dribble there, but refs will sometimes give you that one when you look to attack. Oh. Forget about that. Amanda Stonehouse with a great cut to the back door. Well, Coach Carrick not happy as Augustana takes their first lead of the game. You can hear it, folks. It's crazy in here.
Score is 52-51 for the Vikings.
Not just rowdy Augustana fans, but some Olds College fans behind us getting up.
It's a madhouse.
Well, lots of chatter going on in the gym here. Coach Carrick raising his voice so he can be heard over the din. Looks like Williams, I'm not quite sure if she's subbing off here or what's going on. Coach Shenton over there in her corner and the refs having a little chat.
So this will present perhaps a little different prospect for the Olds team, not leading.
I don't think Carrick's really happy with his half-court defense here, which the Vikings finally seem to have figured out. Coach Shenton's got to get her troops back onto the floor.
Well, they have to a certain extent, but they've scored some points recently off of turnovers.
Yeah. Although in this half, the Augustana Vikings have forced a few more turnovers from the Olds College Broncos, so we'll see what that looks like in the half. Hogue still on the bench. Out on the floor, Tiana Edmond-Rowe, Chisholm, and number 8 for first time today, Rebecca Schweigart. I had hoped I wouldn't have to say her name, but there she is. It's getting rowdy in here. Some tough defense. Augustana's out there. I'm not quite sure what that call was. Yeah, the Augustana player was out of bounds. The official corrects her mistake. Run the shot clock down here. It'll be Olds College ball on the side. Shouldn't be a reset, though, I don't think. Yep, 7 seconds left on the shot clock. And Williams is getting into it with Kubanek here. She's had a few altercations, notably yesterday with Bree Gray from the Naydukes after a tough foul. I think they a little high-five and made up here, but they're definitely looking to double Williams off the inbound. Stonehouse doing a great job of pressuring Edmond Rowe. Clock runs down. Edmund Rowe takes the pull-up. Something you don't really see, but here we are. She's having a great game today. That's her 9th point for the Broncos. Tough fumble pass there. Back comes Edmund Rowe. Attacking the basket. Kelsey Lunn says, "Not in my house." A great block. I hope Edmund Rowe's mother can't read lips because I'm pretty sure that was not nice. At any rate, we can gain some composure here. Everyone's yelling at everyone, but it's still Olds basketball on the baseline. Coach Carrick just got warned by the official here, the trail official. She's letting her partners know. Here comes Emma Lowry in. Speaking of calm, cool, and collected, Emma Lowry, first-year player for the Vikings, is very much so. Let's see if she can calm the troops down. Edmund Rowe pops the long jumper, misses. And it's a fight for the rebound. That possession arrow will go to the Vikings this time. Well,
this is tough stuff.
Yeah, this is what ACAC playoffs is about. Everyone wants this game, most notably because only one ACAC team goes to nationals this year. They're out in Toronto, Nova Scotia. So winner goes, loser goes home. Shea Jose in the game for the first time in the second half. Looks to swing the ball to Emma Lowry. You know what, though?
Really
it's a tough pass, but that's the open pass against the 1-3-1 half court.
Really working hard to get the ball to Lund.
Yeah, absolutely. And out she goes for a little bit of a rest here, along with Kubanek and Story. Got the youngsters back on the floor, led by Mo Jarrett. And you know, Williams actually has been very quiet this quarter. Here she is with the ball in the wing, guarded by Emma Lowry and Schweigart. We need some German interpreter here to tell us what Schweigart means in German. There's the miss by Edmund Rowe, and 2 offensive rebounds by Brittany Blake. First one doesn't go.
I'm pretty impressed with Olds rebounding.
Yeah, those little kids are getting in there.
They are. They're getting position.
Yeah. It's not just the 6'1" Hogue. She's on the bench, so there's no way she can get rebounds. Edmund Rowe with a fresh shot clock. Just 50 seconds left in this third quarter of the great gold medal match, ACAC Women's Playoffs here at Augustana. Mo Jarrett goes up for the big rebound. Edmund Rowe picks her up in transition. Mo with the spin move. Inside to Purdy, but she travels trying to get that shot up. Perhaps the Vikings fans disagree with that one, but good call by the lead official there.
So Lowry defending against Williams right now.
Everyone's
made the
taking
switch with Warwick.
Yep. There's that pull-up, and Emma Lowry knew it was coming. Great defense coming back around the screen, and great defense by Warwick. There's Shea Jose, tough little kid. First year, gets it inside to Lund, but sorry, not Lund, Warwick. And here's Chisholm.
Great back to the basket move by Warwick. Just needed a roll on that.
Mo Jarrett shows she got some quick defensive hands as well. Just 2 seconds left in the quarter. Coach Shenton sends in Stonehouse for Jarrett. And we'll see what Coach Carrick wants out of his Olds players here. They've called a play. Looks like Indiana. And, Edmund Rowe taking it. That's definitely a foul. Probably an unwise one from Shea. Not quite sure Coach Shenton can argue that one. So, with no time on the clock, Tiana Edmund Rowe will have a chance to put her team up by even more. It's a good shot. And she makes them both. So, Tiana Edmund Rowe puts her team up by 3 going into the fourth quarter. It's still anyone's game here. Augustana's certainly not enjoying that 15-point cushion they've been taking into the fourth quarter, but I don't think we thought that would ever happen today. 2 closely matched teams. And noticeably absent in that quarter is Jalissa Williams. Took a lot of shots, but didn't see a lot of points on the board.
Nope. And also, on the other side, noticeably absent in terms of offensive opportunities was Kelsey Lund.
Yeah, it's true. It's tough in there trying to hit shots over Hogue. And, well, Hogue's on the bench, but she's getting a lot of defensive pressure.
Taryn Story was a little quiet as well.
Indeed. How many points did she have in the first half? 17 half points from Taryn Story, and I think just maybe 2 in that quarter. We'll see what changes. See what changes Coach Shenton makes. And here's our 3/4 time stats. Yeah, Williams still with just 17 points. Just 17 points. I think that's what I scored my entire first year in college. And Taryn Story did have 2 points at half, putting her point total at 20. Still, the shooting percentage is a massive difference. Augustana's taken some wise shots and shooting 47%, and Olds College worse this quarter with 33% total. Well, we shall see. The turnovers are, well, not really evened up. Just 7 turnovers for Augustana in that quarter, bringing them to 27, which is still unlike them, but 15 turnovers for Olds.
Melanie Hogue doing a good job on the boards. 12 rebounds total.
Yeah, still Hogue's on the bench here to start the 4th quarter. Well, it's going to be an exciting last 10 minutes. These players have played all year to get to this point. We'll see who goes to Nationals for the ACAC as champions.
And the Nationals this year, I'm not sure you mentioned it, are in Truro, Nova Scotia, March 14th to the 16th.
That's right. Swing pass to Taryn Story, and there she pops the first 3 1/2. Gets her own rebound, puts it up, but no good. And again, the offensive rebound, there's Lund with the second attempt. Kubanek comes in and grabs it, but fumbles it out of bounds, and Olds will retain possession.
So Coach 3 or 4 shot opportunities in that.
Yeah, you'd hope you could hit 1 of 4 there. Williams playing off ball there, running off some screens. Kubanek still matched up with her. Did a good job in the first half. See if she can continue that. And Mo Jarrett getting in Tiana's back pocket, but to no avail. There's the 3-point play right there. Yeah. Maybe playing her way under the All-Star 5 is Tiana Edmond-Rowe, who's quiet yesterday. Kubanek looks to answer with a 3 and does not. But Emma Lowry with a tough rebound. Turnaround is no good, and Chisholm grabs that rebound. Emma Lowry getting after it. And
Lowry has great court sense, great presence.
Wise beyond her years.
Often in the right place, right time.
It's Olds College basketball on the alternating possession. Edmond-Rowe in with the ball. Mo Jarrett looking after her. Off to 15, Mackenzie Strachensky-Fife. Back to Edmond-Rowe, and Williams is being denied by Kubanek, so she doesn't get the ball, and Strachensky-Fife puts it up, no good. And there's Emma Lowry again with the rebound. See if Augustana's got some answers for that pressure into the high post to Lund. Back out to Lowry, who skips it to Kubanek, and there's the inside pass they're looking for, but no good. Lund saves it from out of bounds and tries for the assist. No good for Kubanek. No good for Lund again on the rebound, and that ball goes out of bounds. Back to Olds. You know, the Vikings are getting the shots that they want, probably a little bit more under pressure, but they're looking for that backdoor lob pass, which is open, and just not getting those makes underneath.
8:24 left in the 4th quarter. The score is 58-52 for Olds.
6-point lead is out of bounds there. Mo Jarrett with some great one-on-one defense. The crowd gives her a round of applause, and it'll be Augustana ball on the side. There's Lowry again, taking it up tough, not getting the foul and not getting the ball up to the rim, but it goes out of bounds, and it'll come back. Augustana basketball. We've got to adjust the shot clock here. That ball didn't hit the rim, so we'll see what the Vikings have to work with.
Coach Shenton trying to make a point with the officials.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact out there, but you know what? I think the officials are doing a good job. It's definitely contact both ways. I think Williams would probably agree with me on that one. She's seen a lot of pressure and a lot of contact as she goes to the basket. So nifty little inbounds play. Leaves Story wide open for the left-handed shot. No good, but she muscles in her own offensive rebound. Bring the Vikings back to within 4. Coach Russell Thies from the Augustana Vikings refers to Emma Lowry as one of their most consistent players, which is saying something on a team of very consistent athletes. There she is guarding Williams. Let's go over. Kubanek comes over to help. Nice dish by Williams.
Really smart
She's not
play.
not just a scorer today. It's great assist. Inside to Lund. Turns around with a lefty. No good. Everyone's fighting for it. Williams comes away with it. And I think we've got a jump ball.
Lund got the ball inside. Made a great back to the basket move, but with too much adrenaline maybe off the hoop.
Those shots that you usually hit during the regular season are going to be that much harder, especially in a gold medal game. Out to Taryn Story, who gets her three-point shot blocked. Into the hands of Edmund Rowe. Everyone's on the floor. Here comes Strachensky Fife, misses the wide-open layup. Williams corrals that offensive board, puts it up. Jed with the rebound, and there's the foul call. I think Hogue did her just as hard in celebration there. I don't know if getting up off the floor, I'd want to see that kid running at me full tilt, but there you go, picking up a teammate who gets to go to the line for two.
7:25 left in the quarter. Score is 60-54 for the Vikings.
Coach Shenton's asking where
for
the
Olds.
Yeah.
60-54 for Olds.
Coach Shenton there is asking why Coach Carrick's not getting a technical. He's been warned, and he's about 5 feet onto the floor there, which might be a valid point. I don't really think officials want to hand out technicals at this point in time. That's not really what the game is about. But the officials are definitely chatting about that. Lots to talk about out there. And they have a tough job today. Fans are getting a little bit rowdy.
I think you made a really good point about what kinds of things change when you got pressure, defensive pressure, and you're shooting from positions or spots.
Absolutely.
When you're shooting from positions or spots that you're not accustomed to. And I think that's what the Vikings are feeling right now. Just a little out of sorts, just can't make those little ones fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Shenton's still livid about the non-technical for Carrick. But here's Mackenzie Jett after all that hubbub to the line for two. Misses the first. Much to the joy of the rather partisan crowd here. And the second one she rolls in. Kubanek on the wing, looking to attack. There, she finally gets it inside, but no good. You know, Lund is open on that backside, but they're just having a hard time getting the pass through the pressure.
Seems to be
sometimes
an issue of communication. The ball's not, it's coming high, it's coming low, it's just not coming where some of them expected.
Yeah, I don't really think Lund's expecting those ones. Coach Carrick calling a play. I'm betting it's for Williams. Let's see here, a little screen roll with Tana Benro, who seems to carry the ball a little bit. Here comes Williams off the screen, falls, travels with it, but no call. And there's Judd hooking up look at that. High post shot. Mackenzie Jett, I don't think has scored this much all year. She's very, very quiet, but there's Lund again with the turnaround. No for Hogue, no good, and Hogue brings that rebound in. Strachensky Fife with the layup, and that puts Olds up by 11. Coach Shenton's taking a timeout to calm her troops down. It's 6:32 in the fourth quarter. Really 11 points with 6.5 minutes left. That's a lot of ways to go, but impressive by Coach Carrick's team. Williams is not scoring at all, but something we haven't seen all weekend. Everyone else picking up the slack.
And that's what we wondered about in terms of what has been happening in the other games with Olds, which were dominated by Williams, scoring 39 points in one game.
Yep.
Whether or not they had the depth in their team to be able to play in a gold medal match, but clearly they're stepping up to the challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly making for an interesting game over here. Yeah, I honestly don't know what I'd be saying if I was in either of these timeouts. It's getting a little bit crazy. Coach Carrick's talking about offense and calling plays. Coach Shenton, I can imagine, is talking about transition defense over there. A lot of scores in transition, and interestingly enough, the Nate players next to us over here cheering for Olds College, which is something we don't see very often. Usually North teams cheer for North teams, but it's not the case today. I think the Vikings fans are making up for it here, though. Back to the court, Kubanek, Jarrett, Lund, Story. That's Terrence Story and Emma Lowry. And back to the starters for Olds. Again, that pass into the high post made hard by Hogue. And the ball is going back the other way to Olds.
We might not be seeing Melanie Hogue much on the score sheet, but she's doing an incredible amount of work on there defensively and on the boards.
Yep, absolutely. Good contribution. There's Williams coming off the Harlem Globetrotter-like play. Gives it to Ed Monroe, who takes the three off the front rim, and there's Williams at the offensive board. Back to Ed Monroe. Coach Carrick's asking his team to slow it down a little bit here, and why not use the clock when you're up by 11? Hand off to Strachensky Fife. Met by Terrence Story, and there's Williams getting fouled by Emma Lowry. I know Oscar season's over, but that was a little bit of an acting job by Williams. I think she actually created that contact, but no use. Emma Lowry picks up a foul. So what happens when you play pressure defense? So Williams goes to the line for three here. Makes the first one. See how the next two go. That one's no good. And the third shot here. A little bit loud in here. Not everyone knew that was three. There's the last one. So she goes 2 for 3. And subs coming in. Chisholm back in for Judd, who had a great shift for the Broncos. Out of the game comes Terrence Story, and back in is Rachel Warwick. Coach Carrick talking about offensive and defensive subbing. Williams out on Warwick. New look for them. Swing it over to Kubanek, who looks inside, but there's a bunch of Broncos in there, so instead she swings it over. Still tries to force it in. No good. Here's Williams' shot attempt, and her first points of the second half were good. Olds called 69. The hometown Vikings 54, and I dare say the Broncos might run away with this one. Here comes Williams again for 2. Making it 71-54. Terrence Story back in the game. Coach Shenton still very calm over there, and Kubanek on the wing with the ball. They just cannot get that ball inside. Well, as I say, Kelsey Lund puts it up. No good. But there we go. Pretty excited about stemming the tide there. Gets the hoop and the harm. Finally a foul call underneath.
Less than 5 minutes left in the game. 71-56 Olds. This is reminiscent of the Olds game last night against Nate, where the game stayed close for a long time, and then there was a big run by Nate.
Yeah, most of that was Williams yesterday in wide open layups. Purdy can't finish it, but Lund comes away with it, goes right back up. No good. Mo Jarrett runs after the rebound, loose ball again, and the refs wisely call a jump ball, so Olds possession. Coach Shenton prepping Emma Lowry to get back in the game with Amanda Stonehouse and Judd. There's the offensive-defensive subs we were talking about. Judd in for offense. Hogue out. Maybe back in for defense later. Ed Monroe against the pressure. Seems to break it easily. Oh, there we go. As the fan behind me calls out, that definitely was a travel by Judd. Stonehouse leading the charge here with the ball up top. Running a lot of time off the clock under that pressure. Terrence Story, nifty little pass inside, and there we go.
Purdy getting the ball inside.
Yeah, great ball movement there, which is something the Vikings haven't been doing since the first half. Well, Purdy back to the line for 2. Definitely need these ones. 4 minutes and 34 seconds left. Coach Carrick reminding Angela Driscoll that anytime you swing from behind, it's probably going to be called a foul in this league. Purdy's first one, no good. Free throws, free throws, free throws. Always such a big deal in championship games.
The same distance, the same hoop, everything anything else except it's a gold medal game.
Yeah, and suddenly everything's different. It's a tough one for Purdy. Misses that, and out of the game she comes, along with Warwick. And again, Judd's coming out. Hogue back into the game, so interesting, little different look there. Scott Hogue breaking his press, which is something most teams don't see. Sends Williams long, but they get it into Edmund Rowe. Loose ball on the floor, everyone's after it. Edmund Rowe goes out of bounds with it, so Augustana ball. Great defensive pressure by second-year player Amanda Stonehouse. Amanda's from Red Deer, Alberta. And a timeout for Coach Carrick with 4.5 minutes. Interestingly here, both coaches only have one timeout left.
I'm assuming they're thinking these are critical times and they need to do something now. We can't save them for the next period.
Yeah, you certainly can't take them home with you. Well, let's take a little bit of break here. Let the fans take over for a while. 30 seconds left in this timeout.
Score is 71-56 for Olds.
Tough decisions up here.
We're back again, 4:28 left in the game.
Oh goodness, half-court possession here. Terrence Story gets the ball, and there we get it into Lund outside. Up, and there's the finish we're looking for. Nice offensive adjustment by Coach Shenton there, and Vikings stay in their full-court press. Ball into Hogue, which is a smart idea. Back to Chisholm. And then finds Tiana Edmund Rose. Having a stellar game today. Ball to the wing. Kubanek gets backdoor cut. Williams goes up. And the foul. Fair enough. That's Lund's foul there. She's had a few block shots, but that one not so much. That's her second foul. Let's try and keep it clean in here as William goes to the free throw line, makes her first. Pulls her team ahead 72-58 with 4 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Makes the second as well. And Mo Jarrett pushing the ball up to Kubanek, and there's Williams right there. Kubanek goes to the basket, fumbles it a little bit. There's Terrence Story on the backside, which is where they get the ball to. Drives, looks for Lund, but yeah, there's Driscoll falling out of bounds with it. Their defensive rotations on that backside are really good for the Broncos, getting steal after steal.
They've been creating exceptional turnover opportunities.
Yeah, Terrence Story with the pull-up. And absolutely a foul by Edmund Rowe. Can't argue that one.
She knew it.
Yeah. So sending Terrence Story to the line. That's always a good way to find your stroke. Get to the free throw line. Sneaks that one in. 3 minutes and 46 seconds is a lifetime here. We've seen Concordia come back in far less time, so let's see what the Vikings can do. And another one for Story, bring her team back within 13.
3:46 left in the
scores,
game.
but the Broncos are going to look to break that, and they do. Edmund Rowe, double dribble. Her and Williams have a little conversation about it. Neither of them seem too happy, and the ball goes back to the Vikings. A little correction by the refs here. Ball's a little bit further up.
Edmund Rowe and Williams having a chat about how that worked.
Yeah, how that went the wrong way. Kubanek at the high post with it. Back out to Story for three. A little bit long, but there's Emma Lowry corralling the rebound. Looks inside. There's Lund, who's not double teamed for the first time ever. Emma Lowry for three. Story with the rebound. Not a foul on Williams there. I think that's her third. Much to the hometown crowd's, well, pleasure. Actually, that's her fourth foul. Oh, Mo Jarrett. Oh, good gracious. Everyone's on the floor. It's white ball in the end. Coach Carrick letting his star player know that she does indeed have 4 fouls. Out to Kubanek, looks at the 3, but not against the double teams. Drives instead, a step around. Nate players asking for a travel, but instead the rebound goes to Lund. Again to Kubanek, and there's Story. Will she take the 3? She does. No good, and Hogue pulls down the rebound. Now Augustin is back to getting the shots they want. Here we see Angela Driscoll. Chisholm with the ball. Driscoll again, taking the outside shot. And it's good.
For 2.
Mo Jarrett looking to push the ball before that defense gets set. Throws it to Taryn. Goes up against Hogue. No good. Yeah. Whoa. I think the Olds College players thought that was an offensive foul on Lund, but instead it turns around and Hogue gets her 3rd foul of the game. She's not too happy about it. Lets the referees know. She's lucky it's loud in here. Any other day that would have been a technical. Oh, now we're confused. Oh, that was Kelsey Lund's foul. Going over the back, so her 3rd instead, and we can all stop yelling now. Ooh, tough one. Edmund Rowe seems to lost a shoe there, so ball turns over, back to Jarrett. There's Taryn for 3. No good. But Emma Lowry with the rebound, looking for some help. 3 seconds. Again, the refs are really consistent with that call this weekend. Time ticking away. Olds College up by 15.
Edmund Rowe has made a significant difference for Olds in this game, just in as much as she can move the ball so quickly out of the zone.
Yeah.
Out of the defensive zone.
Absolutely. Taking her time tying her shoe, which, having coached wheelchair basketball, this is like something wheelchair players do. They fiddle with their chairs for a while, get a little extra time out. I guess able-bodied kids can do it as well. Call that the Jen Krempian, if any of you knew who she was. She's probably not listening today, but anyways, there's Edmund Rowe coming back. Try and keep my sports straight here. Gives the ball to Williams, who's fouled.
Foul on
I
Jarrett.
dare say that's bonus for the Olds College. Good. Yeah, we do.
Edmund Rowe with 2 more.
Man, the Olds College Broncos just everywhere on the floor for loose balls. Williams passes it to Driscoll, who puts it up. Comes back down with 2. 79-60. Coach Carrick's already starting to celebrate with 1:51 left in the game. 19-point lead. Everyone on the Olds bench is pretty happy. Coach Shenton brings her charges in to chat with them.
I'm going to give the score again. I don't know if you just did because I can't hear you. But the score is 79-60 for the Olds Broncos.
They've certainly taken a bit of an insurmountable lead here in the 4th quarter. Their defense again paying dividends, and Augustana just can't figure it out. A lot of pressure and a lot of physical contact in there. Kelsey Lund having a hard time. She'd usually be the one that's scoring a majority of the points and just having difficulty shooting over Hogue. Coach Carrick asking his players to take care of the ball here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last minute, 51 seconds of this 4th quarter in the gold medal match, the ACAC player of the game. ACAC women's playoffs. We're just sorting out some administrative duties up here. Yvonne Becker, myself, and Jonathan Hawkins, also the All-Star Committee for this tournament. It's tough to working under pressure while we commentate, but here we are. There we go.
Great job by Lowry.
Yeah. Solved the 1-3-1 zone. Emma Story with a nice little baseline jumper and back into pressure. Chisholm with the ball. Story on her. And a little bit of contact there. They come away with the jump ball, and the Vikings come away with it. So, here we go. 17 points. You never know what will happen in the last minute 35. Shenton asking her players to, not quite sure what they're going to run here. But into the game comes Rachel Warwick. Emma Lowry into Mo Jarrett. The high post into Lund. Emma Lowry, the wide open three, but passes it up. Mo Jarrett will take it. It's good. The Dennis Rodman-like bounce off the back of the rim, and good. A three is a three, and now they're back within 14. Driscoll on the wing. It's pretty loud in here. The Olds players having a tough time chatting with each other. Lowry D'ing up Driscoll, who gets it to Williams, takes the pull-up over Kubanek. It's long. Lowry pulls it in. See if these Vikings have one last gasp as they look to push the ball. Lowry's slowing it down, but there's Jarrett looking for Kubanek. No good. Williams gets her 44th steal of this tournament, I think.
Less than a minute left in the game.
Now Coach Shenton's asking her players to get up. This game's slowly slipping away with 50 seconds left.
49.8 seconds
Coach
left.
Carrick starts to empty his bench here. Laura Bilal coming in for the, I think, first time this half. As we see Driscoll at the line, no lineup. Just Chisholm down there. And the Vikings chatting with each other.
So although I think there's 50 seconds left in this game, I think we can certainly say that the Olds defense created such a significant problem for the Vikings.
Absolutely.
They were not able to overcome it.
No one can solve it as Kubanek takes a long two there on the baseline. Williams grabs the rebound. Coach Carrick did a great job of constructing a defense for exactly the players he's got. Kubanek takes a foul as they try and stay in the game. Edmund Rowe to the line for two. I think I swore into the mic there. Anyways, Tiana Ibn-Rowe hitting one free throw. Anyways, 81-65 for the Olds Broncos. This championship pretty much in the bag for them, all but signed, sealed, and delivered at the final buzzer. And again, the Augustana Vikings, like they have all game, turn the ball over. The Olds fans go crazy. 22 seconds left. Coach Shenton chatting with her bench. And her kids playing just as hard as they did at the end of the game as they did at the beginning. Mo Jarrett chasing Ibn Rowe down, gets the ball over to Williams. They're not fouling anymore. Kubanek, well, tried to keep it clean, but drew the foul. Well, this is something we haven't seen in a long time. A first-year ACAC school winning their first championship in the first year.
It is an incredible thing. We certainly thought that when Olds defeated Kings in the first game of this tournament, that they did a great job, but we also felt that Kings didn't play a great game.
Well, maybe we can see that this defense that he's constructed is making teams play poorly, and certainly seems to be the case. A testament to Coach Carrick and what he's done with these players in 3 short years. 8 seconds left as Mo Jarrett puts it up, no good. Kubanek puts up the last shot of the game off the side of the backboard, and it looks like we'll have a brand new ACAC champion. Congratulations to the Olds College Broncos as they celebrate. The Vikings home court, a tough loss for the Vikings at home, especially after a year where they went almost undefeated. Everyone gives them a standing ovation here. The Vikings fans a little bit subdued, but this is ACAC playoffs. Anything can happen.
It was a hard-fought contest. Both teams worked really hard. Olds created the best scoring opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know Coach Shen won't be happy about that, but her kids certainly played hard, and you know what? They just came up against a better team today. You can't deny that it wasn't just ACAC Player of the Year of Jalissa Williams tonight. We see Edmund Rowe standing up and other players contributing in ways that they haven't done.